When Christ reappears, our knowledge will become more true and realistic. We shall know that we are eternally related to the souls of all men, and that we have a definite relationship to those who reincarnate with us.
Please watch on for our multi-part series on ancient predictions about our planet. Prophecy of the Golden Age, Part 64, Alice Bailey and the Reappearance of the Christ.
Welcome, gentle viewers. I'm Lady Selene of the Moon, looking after the ocean tides around the beautiful planet Earth. The ocean-loving people of the United States wish you feelings of joy every time you see the moonlight dancing on the water. Throughout the history of mankind, the divine messages are often shrouded in mystery. Prophets, messiahs, or whichever names you call them, are often persecuted and oppressed, their words obscured. But how do we distinguish the true from the false? To do so, one can only rely on the divine's guidance, and the truth will reveal itself to those who earnestly seek it. In Chapter 6 of her book, The Reappearance of the Christ, written through inner collaboration with her master Dwal Kul, the British-American esoteric writer and teacher Alice Bailey indicated that Christ's reappearance would mark a major turning point in the evolution of human consciousness. From materialism, we would shift more to spirituality in the 20th century. A new global religion would emerge, different from traditional religious forms.
By the emphasizing of the essential doctrines, and in their union will the fullness of truth be revealed. This the New World religion will do, and its implementation will proceed apace after the reappearance of the Christ.
Throughout all her lectures, Supreme Master Ching Hai has been emphasizing and uniting the essential truths shared by all religions. Could she be the prophesied bringer of the so-called New World religion?
All religions teach us that we have to be a virtuous and good person on earth. And at the same time, we have to find heaven within ourselves. But most of us only maybe believe in a religion and be a good person here, but have not found the heaven, the kingdom of God within. So we have only assimilated half of the teaching of any religion. Only when we found the light and the teaching of God inside, then we are completely religious.
etc.
He will not come as the restorer of any of the ancient religions, including Christianity, but he will come to restore man's faith in the Father's love.
Master, I had a question. I was raised as a Christian and was taught that humans are innately sinful and require forgiveness, to ask for forgiveness from God and Jesus. However, through some of your teachings that I've read, we have God power within ourselves. Therefore, is this an incorrect teaching?
What do you choose? You choose the doctrine of sin, condemnation, eternal hell, or you choose a God who is forgiving, who is giving you second chance, third chance, fourth chance because you are his children. Which one you choose? Which one is more logical to you as befitting an almighty God? Which doctrine is better?
The latter seems better.
The later one?
Yes.
Yes. It's not better, it's the only one.
etc.
I show you how to see God, then you can believe him, all right? God is light. God is the love you will feel during the contact with him, during your meditation, during the time that you reserve for him. And then later, more and more, every day, every minute, you will feel his love. Even without meditation, even when you're walking, when you're driving, you will feel that you are one with that love. That's a wonderful feeling. And that's how we can believe. You see? That's how we can believe.
ومع أنه كان لدي ميول روحانية من قبل، إلا أن بعد اتباعي لطريقة الكوانين على يد المعلمة تحولت كل المفاهيم لدي إلى حقائق، فتضاعف حبي لله ملايين المرات. ولكن ما هو أهم من ذلك هو أنني أصبحت على يقين بمدى حب الله لي.
Dear Master, the initiation made me feel great. I was a Christian during my childhood and an atheist from the 1960s to the 1980s. I had never experienced such spiritual happiness before. Although I have met several masters since 1990, none of them have been able to give me such a wonderful feeling.
It is normally difficult to follow the spiritual path in a city such as London, but I have never felt so much love for such a town, love for strangers, love for the silliest little things, even love for rush hour. Being able to feel God so strongly with such heavy energy around me is truly amazing. I feel extremely blessed to have the Kuan Yin method of meditation in my life. Thank you, Master.
The emphasis will be upon the livingness of the Christ nature in every human being, and upon the use of the will in bringing about this living transfiguration of the lower nature.
Tất cả chúng sanh đều có Phật tính thì đúng. Nhưng mà có nhiều khi những cái quốc gia khác họ nói tất cả chúng sanh đều có Thiên Chúa tính, không? Hoặc là đều có Thiên Quốc ở trong mình.
Just as I have a Tathagata Dhatu, Buddha nature, so do all beings. Lord Shakyamuni Buddha, Tathagata Garbha Sutra. All of you in the Great Assembly should firmly believe that you are the Buddhas of the future, while I am a Buddha already accomplished. Lord Shakyamuni Buddha, Brahmajala Sutra.
If we are wise and enlightened, we will recognize Him. Then we become like Christ. If we are the children of God, as proclaimed by every scripture, then we are equal to Christ, to Jesus, because He says He is the Son of God. Actually, we are already the children of God. Just that we are too young, too ignorant, we do not know. So we should aspire, learn to become like Him. And so this is the purpose of my visit. I'm happy that I'm given this opportunity and honor to fulfill a mission from God, to remind you of your great position in the universe, that we should not condemn ourselves for the rest of our life, that we should stand up, be noble and wise, as much as Jesus had done.
Truly, truly, I say to you, he who believes in me will also do the works that I do, and greater works than these will he do, because I go to the Father. Jesus Christ, Holy Bible, John 14:12. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? Jesus Christ, Holy Bible, 1 Corinthians 3:16.
Divine viewers, we'll return after a brief message. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Noble viewers, welcome back to our program. Alice Bailey asserted that a key part of Christ's teaching would be to help humans to choose love, peace, and inclusiveness over hatred, strife, and competition. She called this teaching right human relations.
Christ is not coming simply to teach men the need for right human relations. He is coming to teach them how to establish it successfully themselves.
We should use our power and financial privileges to extend humanitarian rather than military help or even action to those weaker and developing nations. Then enemies would fade. Peace would be possible and the global economy will stabilize and bloom. We are the children of heaven. Heaven wants what we want, even better good. So if we want peace, the planet has to rise up as whole humanity. We have to show the sign of peace. We have to show the action that we want peace. You see, you can't keep killing animals and say, I want peace, because killing is war. You see what I mean? Even it's just one-sided war. And here we make constant war every day with billions of animals. And we expect peace? How? Heaven reads our signals. All the deities obey our command. If we want peace, we have to signal peace, okay? That's why I ask everybody, please help by being good, by being vegan. As a sign of peace, for heaven to know that we truly want peace. That's the way we want our life. You see, the lifestyle we want. Then peace will come without signing, without arguing, without anything, no condition.
As part of teaching right and peaceful human relations, Alice Bailey said that Christ would emphasize another important principle, the law of reincarnation and the closely related law of cause and effect.
When Christ reappears, our knowledge will become more true and realistic. We shall know that we are eternally related to the souls of all men, and that we have a definite relationship to those who reincarnate with us, who are learning with us the same lessons, and who are experiencing and experimenting with us.
We really have to love our enemies. Do you know that? Because they come back and you have to love them. They come back as your wife, your husband, your sons, your daughter. Then that's the way. You have to love your enemy. You do it now, or you come back and do it later. You do it willingly, or you have to do it by order of the Lord of Karma.
Master, why does war happen?
It is because they have made bad killing karma with each other in a former life. Yes. So it is kind of a vengeance karma, vengeance energy that draw them toward each other again and again. Yeah? We should never kill anyone because this suffering will come back to us manifold. And then when we finish with all this payment in so-called hell, we return to become either animal or human, then we will meet our enemies again, and then the war begin again.
The law of rebirth embodies the practical knowledge which men need today to conduct rightly and correctly their religious, political, economic, communal and private lives, and thus establish right relations with the divine life in all forms.
Every being in this universe is necessary, is a very essential part to the whole creation, just like every brick in this building is very important.
Men varenda varelse är lika viktig för att bygga upp detta universum. På samma sätt som en tegelsten i en byggnad. Varje tegelsten bygger upp byggnaden tillsammans.
We are all linked together by an invisible force of love, and that's why we should love one another and should not make war, should not cause hatred and suffering, because we depend on each other to live, but just we have forgotten.
Och vi är alla länkade tillsammans. Vi är alla beroende av varandra för att bygga upp detta tillsammans. Men det är bara det att vi har glömt vår viktiga roll i uppbyggnaden av universum som vi har.
That's why we should be kind to also even animals. We should be vegetarian.
etc.
So if we do anything against that principle of the universal love, then it will never be right. It will bounce back to us like a boomerang. And because we don't see the real family connection, so we make war and we create hatred and boundary and borders. Otherwise, we would never raise our hand to kill anyone. We could not. It's just like, if you can see it clearly, you see everybody is connected with each other, even animals and trees and minerals connected to us. Just like if you can see well, if you're not a blind person, you can see well, your hand belongs to you, your feet belong to you. So ignorance is the real enemy. We have to kill ignorance by being enlightened, by searching for enlightenment.
etc.
Thank you, harmonious viewers, for joining us today. Be sure to tune in again next week for Alice Bailey's insights on Christ's Church and greater community of helpers who are working together to usher in the Golden Age.